South African businesses have been waiting for the broad-based Black Economic Empowerment guidelines, and many listed companies have started taking action.
At the JSE, we are very interested in facilitating and enabling these kinds of mechanisms because they're very important in terms of the transfer of wealth and ownership in our economy.
While the first round of BE schemes at MTN was substantially oversubscribed, it's a different situation for this scheme.
This time around, there's a total sort of interest amounting to about 1.1 billion rand. That's enough to make it happen. The bare minimum was 250 million, but that's less than half of what they were hoping for, which is 2.5 billion. I guess that's a little worrying for MTN, but I guess this is also a case of people perhaps being a bit more gun-shy this time around than they were last time, almost certainly in light of the debacle in Nigeria.
The company says the final figure is closer to $142 million, and they have plans for the difference.
So there was a slight shortfall around 550 million. MTN has actually taken that on, and we're warehousing that, and we are in the process of, we've got some interested parties, and we are going to be placing that onto some BE groupings.
Criticism has been levelled at the JSE from certain quarters that there isn't enough broad-based black ownership of listed equities.
It's 81,000 shareholders who perhaps weren't shareholders in companies before. It's, in my view, initiatives like this that help get people invested and get people on the board who otherwise perhaps wouldn't have had the opportunity to. And I guess it draws more attention to the importance of shifting ownership, and I think that has great value.
Broad-based black economic empowerment is important in South Africa, but there has to also be a business imperative, and it seems there is one here.
For future spectrum allocations and potentially license issues, it's important to have the right BE credentials, and certainly in that regard, the right ownership is important, and that's another key benefit for us in doing this scheme.
I'm Angelo Coppola for CCTV in Johannesburg, South Africa.